Note: if you are currently protected under the Service Members Civil Relief Act and any of the changes listed above affect the minimum payment, APR, late charges, membership, over limit, service or NSF fees on your account, such changes will not become effective until the expiration of your active duty status. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I want to say something very quickly right off the top of the bat here. I swear a lot. People who randomly hear this stuff all the time just might have a blasé attitude about it, or they might take the offensive stance that what I'm doing is offensive or bothersome. But let me explain to you what swearing is. Swearing is cursing. Cursing is showing your disdain and contempt for something. Okay? If swearing was used the way it was meant to be used, there wouldn't be the certain attitude that there is towards it today. Okay? So I'm going to say this, and hopefully it'll be the last time I do. I fucking swear. And I fucking swear a lot. If you don't like my fucking swearing, don't watch my fucking videos. When I swear for a fucking reason, and that is to put emphasis on something that is objectionable. I'm cursing it. That's why I use the language. That's the way it's supposed to be used, to express outrage. Now, on to the topics. There's currently a bill in the House of Representatives called H.R. 45, which is a slap in the face to those who have respect for the Second Amendment, and that is the right to keep and bear arms. Whatever your opinion is personally on the matter of guns, whether you own one or don't, or whether you think you should or shouldn't, or have one at home, I think it's very important for everyone to contact their representatives and tell them to not support this bill because it is very draconian in its language. Some of the provisions in it give powers to the Attorney General that he shouldn't have, and also have reporting and legal aspects to it which are onerous, to say the least. So regardless of your stance, I think everyone can agree in an activist situation that one of the small protections that we have against the police state government is the fact that we have an armed citizenry. And as one very smart individual said, a armed citizenship is a polite citizenship. And I think this is definitely true. So if you're inclined to, I would say buy guns. If you have an intention to own one, I say you get one as soon as possible, or more than one. And also to stock up on ammunition before such things become harder or impossible to do. And also contact your representatives and tell them to vote against H.R. 45, because this is a fucking blasphemy. Also, you might want to consider buying food, because there has been talk of price controls coming into place, which would mean that certain foods would be unavailable and certain other foods would have price controls and thus be in effect rations. So if you have extra money that you can put towards something, perhaps it would be a good idea to now stock up on some food to put aside for yourself. I don't think it's necessary to be ridiculous about this like some people do. They talk about the end of the world and Armageddon and all this nonsense. But I do think it's time to be prudent, and that is to have at least a few days worth of food, probably up to a couple weeks worth, just to be on the safe side. Stored safely in your home. Whatever you choose to do is your own discretion, of course, but I think it's perfectly feasible to go to your local grocery store and buy a little extra here and there. Put it aside for yourself and your family. If in fact price controls are implemented or some other major catastrophe happens in this fucking market that we have, then you'll be prepared, and certainly won't go to waste because you could eat it at any time. So it's a good idea. couple of other issues. Apparently Obama's picks for his new cabinet, Richardson was the first to fall. Now we have Geithner running into trouble. Now, isn't it a major fucking joke? Here you have Obama's pick for Treasury Secretary, and he has problems with paying his fucking taxes. Well, let me see. Will there be any charges filed against him for being years late in filing taxes? Will there be any grandiose public trial? No, because he's one of the fucking bigwigs. But let you or me not pay our fucking taxes for 2 or 3 years and wait 5 years before it comes out into the public and see how fast it is before the IRS is climbing up our fucking asses. And yet it looks like this is going to be glossed over. No big surprise there.